Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to an overview of the Approachability Coachability series. Now, this is typically designed for individual contributors, employees, yet certainly leaders as well. And the whole objective is to build an approachable, coachable workplace society. Now, when we think about our educational backgrounds, how many of you have actually been in a semester, year-long course of how to seek and accept feedback professionally? I bet you the answer is no. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that an organization would benefit if everybody got better at seeking and accepting feedback professionally and thoughtfully? Now, that's just one facet of the Approachability Coachability series. And why do we need to do this inside organizations? First and foremost, it has been estimated that 85% of people significantly, not somewhat, significantly lack self-awareness. The Gallup organization reports that only 29% of people are actively engaged, with the rest being neutral or actively disengaged. So it begs the concept to be taught to people, and that's leadership latitude. The job of everybody isn't to complain about leadership, yet to support and work with leadership and follow their vision, follow their instructions. Now, that doesn't mean we should be robots and not thinking about our own opinions. Yet, if we accept coaching and feedback and we become approachable and coachable, they become more accepting of our ideas as well. So here's how the program works. It is very, very unique. Number one, every month we will do 2 sessions at 30 minutes each. They will be live and then ultimately delivered on demand, meaning if someone misses it, we will provide it in an on-demand format. The sessions will be highly engaging, highly engaging. This will not just be a lecture with a PowerPoint deck. This will be games within there with prizes. This will actually use a tool that we love called Kahoot, where people can interact with their phones. Yes, we actually encourage people to bring their cell phones to the session. And then what we do is we teach a core concept, like 5 steps to becoming self-aware, why asking for feedback and saying thank you will differentiate your career, and so on. Now, after the session, but we deliver it within the session, is a post-session assessment. Now, this uses something that we coined the last assessment. How do we create the training to last? How do we deliver the training or the learning to last? So LAST is an acronym for what did you learn? What actions are you going to take or did you take? Share your successes and tell us of your commitment going forward. Now, let me go back to the L. What did you learn is learning validity. Actions is you've got to apply what you've been taught. Share is going to breed transparency. Tell us of your commitment. The T going forward is accountability. So after every session, when they fill out that assessment, they will put down the leader's name and their email address. So when you sign your people up, you will actually get routed back to, as long as your employee follows through, an assessment of the last assessment germane to the title that they attended. So you will actually know what they got out of the program. Then, after they leave the session, we will deliver 7 days of reinforcement lessons and reminders to their desktop or their cell phone, and we'll alternate that. So again, training's never been the problem, yet the reinforcement's always been the challenge. So when somebody attends a live session, they complete an assessment. Once they complete that assessment, they'll start to receive 7 days of reinforcement. You as a leader will start to notice significant difference in a small period of time. Now, here's the cool thing. Let me just share with you kind of why we do this. When you think about an organizational chart and you think about something like EAT feedback, which is one of our core concepts that we teach. EAT feedback is embrace, ask, and tell. Essentially what we're doing is we're bringing the employee and the leader together. Now, this diagram, very simple, right? But typically what we look at in terms of org charts is a top-down approach. The whole key is to build up approachable, coachable employees to approach their leader versus putting the onus, 100% of the onus, on the leader to actually approach the employee. So essentially what we're doing is we're bringing both parties together. So again, I would just share with you, just to go through it, number one, live sessions twice a month, 30 minutes each. After each session, there'll be an assessment that gets routed back to the owners or the employee, and then the post-session reinforcement lessons to reinforce that concept that was taught. So approachability and coachability, we have actually had one client report over a 36% increase in progress in the first 6 months of doing this program. This is a game changer. It can't just be on leaders from a top-down approach. Employees have a responsibility to be led. They have a responsibility to learn a positive relationship with feedback. They have a responsibility before the end of the year review to know exactly what's going to be covered in that end of the year review by asking for feedback, for asking for coaching, being transparent, being self-aware that they have opportunities to raise their game for better career development. That's just not the leader's responsibility. That's also the employee's responsibility. If you have any questions about our Approachability, Coachability series, please let us know. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.